Shalom, I give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash, I give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, sincere Akim, pushing his word out across the four corners of the earth. This is an article from michaelfeely.com, and the title says, Modern America is Ancient Egypt. And this was published on August the 8th, 2017. The land of the free and good old America, meaning the rule of the eternal eagle or the eternal eagle's rule. But how many people realize that modern America is reminiscent of ancient Egypt? There is a lot of American culture that stems from this great and wondrous land, and its influence can forever be seen if you know where to look. So here are just a few places and things that evidence this fact. When the founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, it was signed in Philadelphia. This is so-called Philadelphos. Philae is where the temple of Isis, Egyptian goddess, is situated, and Delphos is the womb. Now I looked on Google, and I typed up places in America named Philadelphia. As you can see, it says Philadelphia County, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Illinois, Philadelphia, Indiana, Philadelphia, Mississippi, Philadelphia, New York, and Philadelphia, Tennessee. We'll get back to the article. Isis is the goddess of fertility and motherhood. On the 4th of July, Sirius A, also associated with the goddess Isis, is furthest away from our solar sun in its binary and is therefore out of sight. The founding fathers, being Masons and worshippers of the blazing star Sirius A, wanted to commemorate this astronomical occurrence into American history, hence the date and location the Declaration was signed. The obelisk of Washington, D.C. was erected at the exact same time that Sirius A passed over, and the obelisk is the symbol of the Egyptian god Osiris and male mass energy. Obelisk equals penis of Osiris.
All of these things that you don't even process when you see them. You don't say, why is it shaped like that? Or why does it look like that? You dismiss it. You think that somebody was just being creative or artistic. But there's such deep-rooted occultic meaning behind all the symbols that we see in our day-to-day life. And I'm going to continue to point those things out on this channel. And one of those symbols is the obelisk. Okay? You can see them worldwide, but most specifically here in America, the Washington Monument. I'm sure it's just some coincidence that the obelisk is what represents George Washington and his Freemason roots. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that you can find obelisks all around the world in positions of power. The Vatican, Nazi Germany had obelisks. Washington, D.C., London, they're all around the world. It's a symbol of power in the occult. It represents Baal's shaft. Yes, Baal's shaft. Okay? Or it's the phallus of Osiris. But it's occultic, and it goes back to ancient Egypt. It's not a coincidence that you can find this symbol all around the world, because it represents the New World Order. It represents the secret establishment that runs everything. Is it a coincidence that the measurements of the Washington Monument are 55.5 feet on the sides equals 666 inches? That it's 555.5 feet high equals 6,666 inches. Look it up if you don't believe me. Is that just a coincidence? Of course it's not just a coincidence. We know that the Freemasons love geometry and numbers. The occult is rooted in geometry and numbers. Okay? It is not a coincidence that it is 666 inches from side to side, or 6,666 inches tall. But if somebody like me speaks out against it, they'll call us crazy. It's in plain sight, folks. Okay, and it's not just, why is there many Washington monuments then? Why is this symbol of power, right? Baal's shaft, Baal from the Bible, right? Who was Baal? Baal's rooted in Satanism and in occultism. Demanded child sacrifice. Was a false god. Okay? We know in ancient mystery schools they worshipped him. Okay? His ties into occultism and Satanism are well known. That's what it represents. Or the phallus of Osiris to some. Okay? It is a symbol of power. It is a symbol of the secret establishment. It is the symbol for the New World Order. If you see a symbol anywhere, a monument anywhere, it has occult meaning to it. Look into it. Process it. Wake up.
When we see the White House of presidential fame, this was so called as Memphis was the original capital of Egypt, and Memphis means white walls. I did further research on the word Memphis on Edelman Online, and pretty much it says ancient city of Egypt from Greek form of Egyptian Menifer, literally his beauty, from men his Nefer beauty, so together his beauty. I also came across a article from ancientorigins.net, and the title says Russian archaeologists unearthed legendary white walls of Memphis. This was published on April 19, 2015. According to Manetho, an ancient Egyptian historian and priest of the 3rd century BC, Memphis once carried the name Eneb Hedje, meaning white walls. Some historians maintain that the city was named by the founder of Memphis, Pharaoh Menes, who built a fortress of white walls. Others suggest the city was named after the Pharaoh's palace, which would have been built of whitewashed brick, while another theory is that the white walls refer to the enormous walls around the Temple of Ptah, the largest and most important temple in ancient Memphis. So it's pretty much letting you know that we see the White House in Washington, D.C., that was pretty much that idea was stemmed from a ancient city in Egypt known as Memphis, and it was known as white walls. So it's no new thing under the sun, like the scriptures say. Now, another fact is you have a city in Tennessee called Memphis, and they have a pyramid, a big ass pyramid in that city, which goes back to Memphis, Egypt. It says, we can also reference the Oval Office at this point, as the oval is again associated with the womb, Isis, and also the pituitary gland within the human third eye system that is also associated with fertility and lactation, and again Isis, the goddess of motherhood herself. The dome-shaped building of Washington, D.C. and other places around the world also hold this significance. So you look up, like, it says right here, the goddess of motherhood herself, and Americans, should I say, that they prescribe to woman worship. Everything is all about the woman first. You know, that's why they go real heavy into, Mother's Day. And, you watch the news or the forecast, they never give credit to the true creator, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They always give credit to Mother Nature. Mother Nature did this. Mother Nature did that. They refer to this earth as Mother Earth. They refer to the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel. They call them motherships. So it's all about women worshiping. And that vibration goes back to ancient Egypt. And when our forefather Jeremiah was in his captivity in Babylon, he was going through the same situation. And this is an example right here. This is Jeremiah 7:18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven. So the Israelite women were given divine reference to these Babylonian deities, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods that they may provoke me to anger. And that's why our people are in the situation they are in today, because we kept worshiping different gods, false gods, not our true God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now, that's why our people in the situation they are in now. But the elect are waking up. Okay, to get back to the article. Sirius A is also known as the cosmic egg for the same reasons, namely its association with Isis and fertility. The full lunar moon was also believed in Egyptian times to be the cosmic appearance of Isis, and therefore the moon is the main focal point of many global fertility cults. And here's a popular one right here. When we look at the American dollar, we can see a pyramid in the all-seeing eye, both for Egyptian significance. And now for a lighthearted fact about the American way, the hot dog. In the Egyptian heat of July and August, the community would sacrifice a dog to appease the heat from the sun, believed to be generated by its binary partner, Sirius A. These were called dog days. And you know, this is very popular in American culture. When they have those baseball games, you know, they always have a hot dog and a beer, things of that such. So when we eat a hot dog, we are simply reliving the ancient Egyptian ritual of dog sacrifice. I hope that hasn't put you off too much. And it's not just America that has these ancient connections that flood into modern society. London, the United Kingdom, is just as flush with influences from this ancient culture and is packed with Egyptian symbology, along with other places of significance around the world too. But that's for another day. So that's the point of the article right there. That's pretty much proving that modern America is ancient Egypt. And not just this article say so, but the scriptures always said this. And this is Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. It's a mystery because not many people know that America is actually in the Bible. It's known as Babylon the Great. And another mystery is that the majority of people didn't know or don't know that America is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. So let's prove that point right there. This is Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies, which is talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which comprise of the 12 tribes of Israel. And this talking about spiritually dead bodies. Because you don't know who you are. You don't know who your true power is. You don't know that you're in captivity. You don't know what's about to happen to this place, America. You don't know nothing about what's about to happen in the future. So you spiritually dead. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. And you look up that word spiritually, it also goes into figuratively. Another word for that is resemblance. You know? So this place resembles ancient Sodom and ancient Egypt. And ancient Sodom was known for its homosexuality, along with Gomorrah and the other cities, Admah, Zeboim, and Bela. So it's known for the homosexuality, bestiality, you know, pedophilia, all type of wicked things. So America gravitates to those same customs of the ancient people of Sodom and Gomorrah. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yahushua was crossed out in this place. They crossed his image out. They crossed what he represented out in this place. So let's get 2 Peter 2:6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So that's how through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, we know America's going to get destroyed. And we know it's going to be in the same situation as Sodom and Gomorrah, because that place pretty much met its divine retribution of all the wicked acts it was doing, and it got destroyed. And so America is going to be in the same place as Sodom and Gomorrah, where this time it's going to be hit with nuclear fire. And also the chariots of Israel, along with our Lord and Savior Yahushua, he's going to get busy on this place as well. So that's how we know America's going to be completely destroyed. Because it's basically living as Sodom and Gomorrah and those other 3 ancient cities around Sodom and Gomorrah, which was Admah, Zeboim, and Bela. So that's just the point right there. Article I found pretty much just proving modern America is ancient Egypt. So I really hope that you all was edified through this lesson. Like, give all honor and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, sincere Akim. Shalom.